You think I was frozen? Probably not. Anyway, boys and girls, welcome back to a little mini math lesson for Thursday, January 7th. I always talk about in class, let's just look over here first before we get started. But so it says cut out that centimeter ruler on activity 6. So a couple days ago, you had to cut out the inch ruler. Now you need to cut out the centimeter ruler. If you have your own ruler, that's fine. We're going to do Math Journal pages 88, 87, and 88, and then a toy box measuring with centimeters. And so we're going to talk about this a little bit today. And I remember that when you guys are in class, I always kind of gave you a hint, and I said if a teacher or a parent says something more than once, it's important, especially if they say it 3 times. If someone says something 3 times, you better start to listen. And so every single day that I talk about these rulers, I talk about making sure you start at 0, which is sometimes 0 is right on the edge of your ruler, but sometimes it's not. You need to think to yourself, where is 0? Where is the starting point? Because if you don't start at 0, you're going to get the answer wrong. When we measure, you need to start at 0. That will be, that's the easiest way. You could start at another number, but you have to, it's just, like I said, you just go right on. So example, this ruler, that's not 0 where my finger is. It's actually in just a little. You can see that line right there. So remember when you're measuring. So it looks like you're going to measure that crayon in inches. Inches are the long ones. And again, if you look at your ruler, look at that. What does that say? Yep. What does this say? cm. You see the cm there? Centimeters. So you're going to measure both in inches and centimeters today. And then it looks like on number 3, you get to pick your own objects, and you can measure those own objects. For the review for MathBox, write the number that is 100 more. All right. This is super fun to me because we've been talking about place value quite a bit. I'm going to see if I can cheat. Anybody who, I keep saying that there's 4 of you. Maybe there's more now. But so the 3 is in the ones place. The 2 is in the tens place. And the 1 is in the hundreds place. Okay. Now this is so hard to write on. It's unbelievable. But so you can see that there's ones, tens, and hundreds. We talk about place value. It's 123. If I need to add 100 to that, should I change the ones place? Should I change the tens place or the hundreds place? So 123, if we add 100 to that, we're just going to look at the 100. We're going to put 1 turns to a 2. And we have 200. Oh my goodness. I hope you have better handwriting. This is so hard on the computer. 223. All right. So remember, if we're going to add 100, you just switch the hundreds place. Over here, fill in the bubble next to the number word for 46. AM and PM. I love AM and PM. What time would you eat supper? Supper is in the evening. Remember, it's towards the evening. So is that AM or PM? I always like to think AM is after midnight. So if it's midnight, and so at midnight, as soon as after midnight, I know that's not what it stands for, by the way, but that's how Mr. Gelman remembers it. After midnight is between midnight and noon, which is lunch. So any of that morning stuff, right? My breakfast, brushing my teeth in the morning, going to school on the bus or something in the morning. Mornings are AM, right? And then afternoon, so let's say it's lunchtime is at noon, and just after lunch, that now it turns to PM. And that's going to be in the evening. So you guys can work on that. Time, little hand is first. The little hand looks like it's pointing at that number right in there. And then we got to count by 5s. That's right on 5. All right, so you guys can work on that. Toy box, once again, starting at, look at this. That 0 is there, not at the edge. Do not, if you use this, do not put it on the edge. You got to start at 0, and then it's going to ask you which is which. So, in conclusion today, what should have you learned in this quick math lesson? Start at 0. Start at 0. Also, if you're going to change something 100 more, just change the hundreds place. Bingo. It's going to be perfect. All right, you guys, good luck. If you have any questions, let me know. Keep working.